Práctica diaria de inglés. Escucha, habla y mejora tus habilidades. Al terminar, practica más en nuestra app. Gratis. Link abajo. Comienza a practicar.
I learned a lot from my mistakes. I learned a lot from my mistakes.
Aprendí mucho de mis errores.
I learned a lot from my mistakes. I learned a lot from my mistakes. Failure taught me to try again. Failure taught me to try again.
El fracaso me enseñó a intentarlo de nuevo.
Failure taught me to try again. Failure taught me to try again. Every failure is a lesson. Every failure is a lesson.
Cada fracaso es una lección.
Every failure is a lesson. Every failure is a lesson. I didn't give up after failing. I didn't give up after failing.
No me rendí después de fracasar.
I didn't give up after failing. I didn't give up after failing. Mistakes help me grow. Mistakes help me grow.
Los errores me ayudan a crecer.
Mistakes help me grow. Mistakes help me grow. I failed, but I kept going. I failed, but I kept going.
Fracasé, pero seguí adelante.
I failed, but I kept going. I failed, but I kept going. I try to learn from every mistake. I try to learn from every mistake.
Intento aprender de cada error.
I try to learn from every mistake. I try to learn from every mistake. Failing made me stronger. Failing made me stronger.
Fracasar me hizo más fuerte.
Failing made me stronger. Failing made me stronger. I understand more after failing. I understand more after failing.
Entiendo más después de fracasar.
I understand more after failing. I understand more after failing. Failure is part of learning. Failure is part of learning.
El fracaso es parte del aprendizaje.
Failure is part of learning. Failure is part of learning. I became better after failing. I became better after failing.
Me volví mejor después de fracasar.
I became better after failing. I became better after failing. I used failure to improve. I used failure to improve.
Usé el fracaso para mejorar.
I used failure to improve. I used failure to improve. I made a mistake, but I learned. I made a mistake, but I learned.
Cometí un error, pero aprendí.
I made a mistake, but I learned. I made a mistake, but I learned. I see failure as a chance to grow. I see failure as a chance to grow.
Veo el fracaso como una oportunidad para crecer.
I see failure as a chance to grow. I see failure as a chance to grow. Failure doesn't mean the end. Failure doesn't mean the end.
El fracaso no significa el final.
Failure doesn't mean the end. Failure doesn't mean the end. I learned what not to do. I learned what not to do.
Aprendí lo que no debo hacer.
I learned what not to do. I learned what not to do. I won't repeat that mistake. I won't repeat that mistake.
No volveré a cometer ese error.
I won't repeat that mistake. I won't repeat that mistake. I try not to fear failure. I try not to fear failure.
Intento no tener miedo al fracaso.
I try not to fear failure. I try not to fear failure. I accept my failures and move on. I accept my failures and move on.
Acepto mis fracasos y sigo adelante.
I accept my failures and move on. I accept my failures and move on. Failure helps me find a new way. Failure helps me find a new way.
El fracaso me ayuda a encontrar un nuevo camino.
Failure helps me find a new way. Failure helps me find a new way. I failed, but now I know better. I failed, but now I know better.
Fracasé, pero ahora sé más.
I failed, but now I know better. I failed, but now I know better. I take failure as a challenge. I take failure as a challenge.
Tomo el fracaso como un reto.
I take failure as a challenge. I take failure as a challenge. I didn't succeed, but I learned. I didn't succeed, but I learned.
No tuve éxito, pero aprendí.
I didn't succeed, but I learned. I didn't succeed, but I learned. Each mistake teaches me something. Each mistake teaches me something.
Cada error me enseña algo.
Each mistake teaches me something. Each mistake teaches me something. I improve after failing. I improve after failing.
Mejoro después de fracasar.
I improve after failing. I improve after failing. Failure helped me understand more. Failure helped me understand more.
El fracaso me ayudó a entender más.
Failure helped me understand more. Failure helped me understand more. I try again after I fail. I try again after I fail.
Lo intento de nuevo después de fracasar.
I try again after I fail. I try again after I fail. I learn more from failure than success. I learn more from failure than success.
Aprendo más del fracaso que del éxito.
I learn more from failure than success. I learn more from failure than success. Failure helps me be careful next time. Failure helps me be careful next time.
El fracaso me ayuda a tener más cuidado la próxima vez.
Failure helps me be careful next time. Failure helps me be careful next time. I grow through failure. I grow through failure.
Crezco a través del fracaso.
I grow through failure. I grow through failure. I reflect on my failures. I reflect on my failures.
Reflexiono sobre mis fracasos.
I reflect on my failures. I reflect on my failures. My failure gave me a new idea. My failure gave me a new idea.
Mi fracaso me dio una nueva idea.
My failure gave me a new idea. My failure gave me a new idea. I became more patient after failing. I became more patient after failing.
Me volví más paciente después de fracasar.
I became more patient after failing. I became more patient after failing. I now know what works and what doesn't. I now know what works and what doesn't.
Ahora sé lo que funciona y lo que no.
I now know what works and what doesn't. I now know what works and what doesn't. Failure made me think deeper. Failure made me think deeper.
El fracaso me hizo pensar más profundamente.
Failure made me think deeper. Failure made me think deeper. I practice more after I fail. I practice more after I fail.
Practico más después de fracasar.
I practice more after I fail. I practice more after I fail. I didn't let failure stop me. I didn't let failure stop me.
No dejé que el fracaso me detuviera.
I didn't let failure stop me. I didn't let failure stop me. I found a better way after failing. I found a better way after failing.
Encontré una mejor manera después de fracasar.
I found a better way after failing. I found a better way after failing. I look at failure as feedback. I look at failure as feedback.
Veo el fracaso como una retroalimentación.
I look at failure as feedback. I look at failure as feedback. I became wiser after failing. I became wiser after failing.
Me volví más sabio después de fracasar.
I became wiser after failing. I became wiser after failing. I try to fix my mistakes. I try to fix my mistakes.
Intento corregir mis errores.
I try to fix my mistakes. I try to fix my mistakes. Failure taught me persistence. Failure taught me persistence.
El fracaso me enseñó perseverancia.
Failure taught me persistence. Failure taught me persistence. I failed, but I didn't quit. I failed, but I didn't quit.
Fracasé, pero no me rendí.
I failed, but I didn't quit. I failed, but I didn't quit. I use failure to become better. I use failure to become better.
Uso el fracaso para ser mejor.
I use failure to become better. I use failure to become better. I try not to blame myself too much. I try not to blame myself too much.
Intento no culparme demasiado.
I try not to blame myself too much. I try not to blame myself too much. I accept that failure happens. I accept that failure happens.
Acepto que el fracaso ocurre.
I accept that failure happens. I accept that failure happens. I analyze my failures. I analyze my failures.
Analizo mis fracasos.
I analyze my failures. I analyze my failures. I talk to others about my mistakes. I talk to others about my mistakes.
Hablo con otros sobre mis errores.
I talk to others about my mistakes. I talk to others about my mistakes. I write down what I've learned. I write down what I've learned.
Escribo lo que he aprendido.
I write down what I've learned. I write down what I've learned. I ask for help after failing. I ask for help after failing.
Pido ayuda después de fracasar.
I ask for help after failing. I ask for help after failing. I share my failures to help others. I share my failures to help others.
Comparto mis fracasos para ayudar a otros.
I share my failures to help others. I share my failures to help others. I feel motivated to improve. I feel motivated to improve.
Me siento motivado para mejorar.
I feel motivated to improve. I feel motivated to improve. I learn to be more careful. I learn to be more careful.
Aprendo a ser más cuidadoso.
I learn to be more careful. I learn to be more careful. I use failure as a guide. I use failure as a guide.
Uso el fracaso como una guía.
I use failure as a guide. I use failure as a guide. I thank my failures for teaching me. I thank my failures for teaching me.
Agradezco a mis fracasos por enseñarme.
I thank my failures for teaching me. I thank my failures for teaching me. I don't hide my failures. I don't hide my failures.
No escondo mis fracasos.
I don't hide my failures. I don't hide my failures. I try to see the good in failure. I try to see the good in failure.
Intento ver lo bueno en el fracaso.
I try to see the good in failure. I try to see the good in failure. I talk to my teacher about my mistakes. I talk to my teacher about my mistakes.
Hablo con mi profesor sobre mis errores.
I talk to my teacher about my mistakes. I talk to my teacher about my mistakes. Failure helped me change my attitude. Failure helped me change my attitude.
El fracaso me ayudó a cambiar mi actitud.
Failure helped me change my attitude. Failure helped me change my attitude. I listen to advice after failing. I listen to advice after failing.
Escucho consejos después de fracasar.
I listen to advice after failing. I listen to advice after failing. I try to stay positive after failing. I try to stay positive after failing.
Intento mantenerme positivo después de fracasar.
I try to stay positive after failing. I try to stay positive after failing. I failed, but I learned something new. I failed, but I learned something new.
Fracasé, pero aprendí algo nuevo.
I failed, but I learned something new. I failed, but I learned something new. Failure made me try harder. Failure made me try harder.
El fracaso me hizo esforzarme más.
Failure made me try harder. Failure made me try harder. I understand the process better now. I understand the process better now.
Ahora entiendo mejor el proceso.
I understand the process better now. I understand the process better now. I take responsibility for my mistakes. I take responsibility for my mistakes.
Asumo la responsabilidad de mis errores.
I take responsibility for my mistakes. I take responsibility for my mistakes. I learn from others' failures too. I learn from others' failures too.
También aprendo de los fracasos de otros.
I learn from others' failures too. I learn from others' failures too. I understand my weakness now. I understand my weakness now.
Ahora entiendo mis debilidades.
I understand my weakness now. I understand my weakness now. Failure helped me improve my plan. Failure helped me improve my plan.
El fracaso me ayudó a mejorar mi plan.
Failure helped me improve my plan. Failure helped me improve my plan. I didn't let one failure stop me. I didn't let one failure stop me.
No dejé que un fracaso me detuviera.
I didn't let one failure stop me. I didn't let one failure stop me. I start again with more knowledge. I start again with more knowledge.
Vuelvo a empezar con más conocimiento.
I start again with more knowledge. I start again with more knowledge. I felt bad, but I learned. I felt bad, but I learned.
Me sentí mal, pero aprendí.
I felt bad, but I learned. I felt bad, but I learned. I know what to focus on now. I know what to focus on now.
Ahora sé en qué debo enfocarme.
I know what to focus on now. I know what to focus on now. I use my mistakes to learn. I use my mistakes to learn.
Uso mis errores para aprender.
I use my mistakes to learn. I use my mistakes to learn. I talk about what went wrong. I talk about what went wrong.
Hablo sobre lo que salió mal.
I talk about what went wrong. I talk about what went wrong. I didn't succeed at first, but I kept learning. I didn't succeed at first, but I kept learning.
No tuve éxito al principio, pero seguí aprendiendo.
I didn't succeed at first, but I kept learning. I didn't succeed at first, but I kept learning. I try to improve after every failure. I try to improve after every failure.
Intento mejorar después de cada fracaso.
I try to improve after every failure. I try to improve after every failure. I make changes after failing. I make changes after failing.
Hago cambios después de fracasar.
I make changes after failing. I make changes after failing. I see failure as part of success. I see failure as part of success.
Veo el fracaso como parte del éxito.
I see failure as part of success. I see failure as part of success. I keep learning, even when I fail. I keep learning, even when I fail.
Sigo aprendiendo, incluso cuando fracaso.
I keep learning, even when I fail. I keep learning, even when I fail. I don't let failure bring me down. I don't let failure bring me down.
No dejo que el fracaso me desanime.
I don't let failure bring me down. I don't let failure bring me down. I believe failure helps me grow. I believe failure helps me grow.
Creo que el fracaso me ayuda a crecer.
I believe failure helps me grow. I believe failure helps me grow. I stay calm when I fail. I stay calm when I fail.
Me mantengo tranquilo cuando fracaso.
I stay calm when I fail. I stay calm when I fail. I plan better next time. I plan better next time.
Planifico mejor la próxima vez.
I plan better next time. I plan better next time. I look at what I can do better. I look at what I can do better.
Miro qué puedo hacer mejor.
I look at what I can do better. I look at what I can do better. I don't give up easily. I don't give up easily.
No me rindo fácilmente.
I don't give up easily. I don't give up easily. I remember what I've learned. I remember what I've learned.
Recuerdo lo que he aprendido.
I remember what I've learned. I remember what I've learned. I learn more every time I fail. I learn more every time I fail.
Aprendo más cada vez que fracaso.
I learn more every time I fail. I learn more every time I fail. I trust the learning process. I trust the learning process.
Confío en el proceso de aprendizaje.
I trust the learning process. I trust the learning process. I review my work to find mistakes. I review my work to find mistakes.
Reviso mi trabajo para encontrar errores.
I review my work to find mistakes. I review my work to find mistakes. I ask questions after failing. I ask questions after failing.
Hago preguntas después de fracasar.
I ask questions after failing. I ask questions after failing. I keep trying until I get it right. I keep trying until I get it right.
Sigo intentándolo hasta que lo logro.
I keep trying until I get it right. I keep trying until I get it right. I know failure will help me succeed. I know failure will help me succeed.
Sé que el fracaso me ayudará a tener éxito.
I know failure will help me succeed. I know failure will help me succeed. I learn step by step. I learn step by step.
Aprendo paso a paso.
I learn step by step. I learn step by step. I try to fix what went wrong. I try to fix what went wrong.
Intento corregir lo que salió mal.
I try to fix what went wrong. I try to fix what went wrong. I focus on improvement. I focus on improvement.
Me enfoco en mejorar.
I focus on improvement. I focus on improvement. I stay open to learning. I stay open to learning.
Estoy abierto a aprender.
I stay open to learning. I stay open to learning. I grow with each challenge. I grow with each challenge.
Crezco con cada desafío.
I grow with each challenge. I grow with each challenge. I see failure as normal. I see failure as normal.
Veo el fracaso como algo normal.
I see failure as normal. I see failure as normal. I don't let failure define me. I don't let failure define me.
No dejo que el fracaso me defina.
I don't let failure define me. I don't let failure define me. I forgive myself for mistakes. I forgive myself for mistakes.
Me perdono por mis errores.
I forgive myself for mistakes. I forgive myself for mistakes. I take time to learn from errors. I take time to learn from errors.
Me tomo el tiempo para aprender de los errores.
I take time to learn from errors. I take time to learn from errors.
Gracias por ver. Suscríbete a nuestro canal y activa las notificaciones para obtener nuevos vídeos a tiempo y continuar tu viaje de aprendizaje de inglés.